Hello guys, you are watching The Wandering Willow. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a story time about how gullible I was when I was little. So let's get into this. So I had a birthday. I think it was like my 6th or 7th. Oh my god, if that meme doesn't die. Whatever, age isn't important. I was young. I had a birthday. And my dad was like, cool, we're gonna go on a little trip for your birthday. So we went and we got like donuts or something. I don't know, we went to like the store and got something yummy. We went in the parking lot of like the store or whatever. And oh yeah, prior to this, he had given me a compass for my birthday. And he was like, yeah, I had a patient who was like sick. And he was like, listen, I'm gonna die and I'm gonna gift you this compass. And you could have to give it to your firstborn daughter. Okay? So, and then he passed away and here it is. And I was like, oh my god, no way, that's crazy. It's like my destiny, you know? And so anyway, so I'm looking around, like we step out of the car and I'm looking around on this compass and all of a sudden, through the wind, falls like a rolled up scroll. And I open it up and it's a map. And it looks like old, right? I'm like, oh, it's only half the map. What are we gonna do? And he was like, well, I don't know. Follow the compass. He was like, yeah, go over here. Go. Oh my gosh, look, it's the compass led you to the other part of the map. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And I was like, we gotta follow the map. He was like, yeah. So we drove on up. We went to like the mountains, right? We were driving for like 15, 20 minutes, past like some cows, like ranch or something. We park like next to the ranch. And then we walk all the way up like this hill. We get to this tree, right? We follow the whole thing. And we're like, oh my gosh, this is the sign. I don't know, maybe it was like a mark on a tree or something that he made. He was like, oh my gosh, this is the sign. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. Okay. And so we're like digging, right? And when we find like a white cloth, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is surprisingly clean. But oh my gosh, this is crazy. So I'm like, we dig, we unwrap the cloth, and inside is a globe, like whistle with like one of those like metal pirate whistles. I don't know, if I find a picture of it, here it is. And like a mini globe with like an owl inside, and a little telescope with the same symbol, right? In like these brown like old looking boxes. And I was like, this is crazy, this is insane. And then I brought them home and they were like my prized possession. And my little sister got the globe with the owl in it, which she brought to school for show and tell, and she broke it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was gonna give this to like a story. And 7-year-old me was like so hyped. I was like, oh my gosh. Now, very cute, very wholesome, very amazing little setup for my birthday he had going on over there. However, I wholeheartedly believed in this, okay? I was like, yeah, this is legit, this happened, whatever. Okay, so I go to school and I tell people at school, I'm like, man, this crazy thing happened to me. Kids are like, nah, that sounds fake. Like, you sure someone like didn't set that up? I'm like, no, what are you, crazy? This is real, this is legit. And I want to say that my belief that this story was true lasted 2 years tops. Nope. I was like 11 when I was like, oh wait, that story is fake. And then I was thinking of other stuff that happened when I was little that were like crazy and weird and like whimsical and magical. And then I went up and I asked my dad, I was like, so like, you know, like those pearls that we found like in the beach, it was like this beach, like this, you know, like those fake lagoon beaches in hotels. So I had found some pearls. I was like, wait, those weren't real? And the time I found tiny little fairy coins on the bridge, that wasn't real. And he was like, no, I mean, you didn't realize? Like, no, it was me. I planted all that stuff. And I had like an existential crisis. I'm like, everything I know was a lie. FYI, this is from someone who wholeheartedly believed as a child that my stuffed animals, that my stuffed animals came to life when I went to sleep and had parties and tea parties and pretended to be stuffed animals again. I wholeheartedly believed that up until I was like 8 or 9. I'm super thankful for my whimsical, interesting childhood. I don't know even who's watching this. If someone's watching this, hi. You made it this far? That's so cool of you, bro. You deserve a cookie. Here is a cookie. Bye.